Legendary photographer Sam Nzima has died at the age of 83. He is perhaps best known for his iconic photograph of Hector Peterson in 1976. Back in 2015, the program Against All Odds here on ENCA ran the story on Nzima. Mpho Lakaje spoke to him about his life and times.
Another day, another work assignment. Not knowing he would be standing at the crossroads of history. Sam Nzima and the photo that rallied the world against South Africa's white minority rule. In the newsroom, downtime was rare and dull moments were few.
Our newspaper was selling very fast, very high figures, and the demand was very high.
Young Sam Nzima was a photographer at The World, a Joburg-based publication. In the urban hustle and bustle, he saw stories everywhere. He worked, bought a house in Soweto, and it looked like photography would be his lifetime career. That was until one assignment changed everything.
Before the following day, it's a habitual thing, it's a culture of a journalist to have a briefing before the following day to get your own assignment.
A few years earlier, the government had announced Afrikaans would be used as the language of instruction in black township schools. When it was officially implemented in 1976, Soweto students planned a 3-day demonstration in response. The media prepared teams of journalists to cover the event.
Sam went out with Sophie Dema to cover the Orlando part of the gathering.
It was a very cold morning, windy morning, and he woke up as usual. And I was at home because I was on maternity leave, and he left as usual.
At 6 a.m., Sam arrived at this school in Soweto.
We found the students were busy preparing their placards, writing a lot of things that say Afrikaans must be abolished, away with Afrikaans. We are being fed by the crumbs of education.
Students began gathering at various locations for the first day of the march.
On the third day, which is Friday, the 18th, that was the day that was supposed to be the big day in which we're supposed to be marching to Orlando Stadium.
We marched with them. I got in the press car when I felt that I'm tired. Then off, marched with them, kept on taking the pictures of them. They were so happy all the time.
The crowd snaked through Soweto, swelling to thousands. Sam continued taking photos, but the peaceful march was about to end.
There comes a young man running from Orlando East direction. And this guy said, "Hey, Machita, amahata sazwakele, man." He was talking that Tsotsintal language to say that police are here now.
Sam turned his head and his heart dropped. When the police arrived, they confronted the students and ordered them to disperse immediately.
They actually released dogs. It was that police dog that students started throwing stones at and actually killing. So after the killing of that dog, the police used tear gas.
Oh, I was really frightened. I knew they are going to shoot, to kill.
At this stage, Soweto was at war and Sam was scrambling for cover. But something he saw out of the corner of his eye made him turn back. A teenage boy had just been struck down.
I wanted to capture that because as journalists, you cannot run away from what's happening.
Armed only with his camera, he headed straight into the crossfire.
Sam Nzima actually even assisted in picking up Hector, and then Mbuyisa then carried Hector.
Sam Nzima furiously snapped away and filled up his film, only afraid of one thing: missing the moment.
Because I knew that the police would pounce on me and order me to open the camera, I quickly removed the film from the camera and I stuck it in my sock.
He gave it to his driver, who took it to the World newspaper for developing. As soon as the editors saw the picture, they decided to publish it as quickly as they could. They also released the image to publications worldwide.
It struck everybody. This is it. You know, nothing captured that moment better than that particular picture. And we had no doubt in our minds that picture would tell the story better than anything else we could do.
The junior photographer had just alerted the world to the reality of apartheid South Africa.
It actually caused a worldwide movement. Not since World War II did you have a kind of community of interests that came together, and it's in response to this amazing, iconic photograph.
Facing this global outrage, the government issued an order to kill Sam.
I received a call from a very reliable source, from a policeman who was working at the UN Forces Square. He phoned me and said, "Sam, don't sleep at your house. We are coming to arrest you at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning."
Just as he started receiving job offers from major South African newspapers, the photo that made him famous became a mark of death.
I regretted to say, I think I made a mistake. Why I have to take this picture?
In early 1977, with police on his trail, he was forced to leave the city and his family.
They did come in the evening just asking for him, and I said, I don't know him, his whereabouts, maybe still at work and so on. And then they left.
Sam returned to his birthplace of Lilydale, Mpumalanga. He began a new life, making a living running a liquor store. His wife joined him a year later. But one morning in 1978, his routine would be interrupted again.
My wife was at a bottle store here. She was the chief cashier there. I was busy in the storeroom packing my boxes of wine and beers there. She came to me and said, "Daddy, there are some salesmen who would like to see you there."
The salesmen turned out to be the dreaded security police who were sent to put Sam under house arrest. It meant he was allowed only contact with his wife.
It was very sad for him. He was always quiet and talking to me and so on, and he was not feeling okay.
Sam may have been trapped in the suffocating isolation of his own home. But in the outside world, his photo had become a galvanizing force of the anti-apartheid struggle.
He was able to capture that picture, to make it, our symbol of, I call it, liberation.
Police monitored Sam for 1 year and 7 months until they eventually stopped showing up at his home.
I thought maybe it's over, I don't know. But I was not that free. until 1990 when they released all the political parties and Mandela was released from the Robben Island. I realized, no, my house arrest is over.
Because of the trauma of the Hector Peterson image, Sam never returned to photojournalism. But the government has recognized his famous photo as a contribution worthy of the Order of Ikhamanga Award.
I'm very proud of my work because everybody is talking about this picture. And the youth of South Africa, they are remembering this day of June 16, what happened, and the emblem of the day is this picture.
Having kept the camera he used back in 1976, his priority now lies in preserving his pieces of history.